Marriage is not for joyless people. Write it in capital letters. Marriage is not for joyless people. Marriage is not a rehab center. It's not for joyless people. Marriage is not a rehab center. You don't marry to go and be rehabilitated. It's not for joyless people. You don't marry to have joy. You have to have joy before you marry. Marriage is not for joyless people. That's why most people put pressure on their husband or wife, because they are going into marriage with expectations, great and mighty ones, and they miss it. You don't have joy, then you marry somebody to give you joy, and because he doesn't have what it takes to give you joy, you're frustrated. Hey, you don't marry to get joy. If you don't have joy, don't marry. Don't go and make somebody's life sad. You have to have joy. You have to be complete in yourself before you marry, because marriage is a contribution. Marriage is not for people that are broke emotionally, broke mentally. No, you have to have joy. You have to be complete in yourself in Christ. Then when you marry, you bring contribution to the relationship. She brings her own contribution. Now it makes two of you better. Some people just insist, that's what I want. That's what I want, Pastor. I like that girl. That's what I want. I remember somebody in this church, I warned him, I spoke to him, I called him to my office. I said, brother, please, I beg you, don't marry that girl. Two of you don't look up compatible. I'm your pastor. I have seen. I'm not going to marry her. At the end of the day, she has to marry somebody, but not you. Two of you don't fit each other. He said, okay, Papa. Then again, he continued. I called him, I called her. I said, don't marry him. You will make your lives miserable, both of you. You don't fit. Ah, Papa, don't say that. Ah, Papa, don't say that. In fact, one of the days I was talking to him about not marrying her in my office and trying to make him see why he shouldn't do it. Because once they decide, it's over. I can't say anything. But before they decide, at least I can persuade. She sneaked and eavesdropped into our conversation and became bitter against me. Eventually, they got married because I couldn't stop them. And what kind of marriage did they have? Very miserable. Both of them are dead now. Both of them are dead. They killed each other. Both of them. I'm not happy saying it because it pains me. They could have been here today. They could have lived a more fulfilling and rewarding life. But they made that choice. And from the day they made that choice, their lives never remained the same. Never.